Alright boys, welcome back to week 5 of training for the 100-mile ultra marathon. Let's freaking get it boys, back to another week of training. Today it is Wednesday. This means that Monday and Tuesday I already did some running. Did a half marathon, a little bit over half marathon on Monday. Now did, I believe, 12 miles on Tuesday. So legs are already a little bit fatigued. This week's goal, we're gonna try and run even more. We're gonna build up the mileage. As you guys saw in the last video, we ended up doing a 45-kilometer long run, 127 kilometers in the week. So this week we're back to building. For the ones that are new here on the channel, my name is Lorenzo. I train the hybrid way, so I do lifting and running combined, and right now I'm focusing more on running. I'm doing ultra marathon preps. I have 6 months to train for as many ultra marathons as I want, and we're already running at least 1 hour every single day, running marathons on my long runs almost every single week, and this week won't be different. So let's freaking get it boys. Okay, so today getting ready for an easy 1 hour run. It's just gonna be an easy run, but you guys will also see my long run in this video, so stay tuned for that. Boys, check this out. A very close buddy of mine, he founded this company. It's called Blue, a 100% certified Brazilian brand. It's a nootropic supplement, so it's for the brain, it's for focus, it's for energy. It's not that garbage, you know, caffeine, pre-workout sort of stuff. No, this thing is legit. It's meant for you to be more productive in work, be more concentrated, and get in a flow state with running. I've tested it out. It's legit, boys. So I'm gonna be taking this as well during this prep. It is in the form of gummy, man. So for my Brazilian followers, man, you guys have got to test this out. It's a beautiful gummy supplement, man. Let's try it out. It's like a gummy candy. I'm even gonna give my filmmaker one. Check it out. The filmmaker doesn't want to try it because she's allergic to a bunch of stuff, but this is then for the hardcore kind of guys. So disclaimer, high risk of productivity if you take this supplement, man, and a high risk of being a fucking badass. It's an epic Brazilian company by some epic founders, and I highly support this brand, man. Just look at this freaking marketing. It's freaking awesome, man. And you guys know I'm not sponsored by like anyone basically here on the channel. This is my first ever like sponsor, the first time I'm endorsing any product. So if you guys want to check this out, this is only shipping in Brazil for now, so this is exclusively for my Brazilian followers. You can use my discount code Lorenzo10 to get a little bit of discount on your first purchase. You can try it out, see how you like it, but man, I'm sure that you will enjoy it. I'll take 3 gummies before every single run to get in focus, get in an easy flow state. Epic freaking brand, man. No more boredom maxing. Now it's blue maxing. Let's blue max together, boys. Going on my 3rd gummy bear. This run is gonna be epic. Epic brand, epic run. I can feel it blooming in the air tonight. Let's freaking get it, boys. Time for a run. Gonna be insane. Let's get it. Woo! Alright boys, so starting out the easy run. Legs are super sore from yesterday's leg day. Well, not only did I do a speed workout that had like freaking 12 miles yesterday, I also did a leg day right after it. So yeah, legs are pretty cooked, but it's like I always say, the first 20 minutes of running, they're the hard ones for you to release all the tension that you have in your legs, and after that it's just easy, man. You get in a flow state and it's total freedom. So realistically speaking, and that's ultra runner math, you really only run for 20 minutes if you run for 1 hour, because the 20 minutes are hard, the next 40 minutes are easy. So yeah. Starting week 5, boys, of the ultra marathon prep. Freaking excited, boys. Okay, so as promised, boys, I said I would respond to one question on every single video that you guys left in the comments. And on my last video, I received the first question of the series. It just took 5 episodes for me to get one question, but that's okay. I'm gonna answer it. And this one came from a buddy of mine. I know him personally. Mateos, if you're watching this, I'm answering your question. So what are some beginner running tips that I have for people that are starting with running? I'm not gonna give you one, I'll give you 2. The first tip has to do with actually running, and the second tip is more with mindset. So first, it's to really focus on doing your easy runs easy. I think a lot of people that get into running, they start already wanting to do a pace that is too strong for them, and really taper it down, man. Like, go slower on your runs. You'll see it's gonna be way more enjoyable, and that's when you're actually gonna be building a base with running. It's not by running hard, because then you're gonna be sore in the legs all the time, and then once you do realize that you're running at the wrong pace, that you're going too strong, then you would have stimulated muscles a bit differently than when you run easy. So it's actually counterproductive. And the second tip that has to do a bit with mindset is to not trust your first instinct when you first take on running. What I mean by that is, look, when I started running, I didn't like it at all. Like, it wasn't something that I loved. I actually could say I hated running. I did it as a discipline thing, you know, like I fell into the whole motivational bubble, and guys were saying like, you need to do hard stuff. But man, don't trust your first instinct on running. Like, sure enough, there will be people that are gonna try and run and they'll see it's not for them. It's not something that they enjoy. They enjoy other forms of cardio. But if you stick with it for a little bit longer than you want to, so here's the challenge for you. Try and run 3 times per week for at least 1 month, and do it consistently and easy. You will see that maybe it's not so apparent at first, like, why would you run? But if you actually do it for long enough, you'll start to get it. Because I don't think you get it with running for the first time you do it. You need to insist a little bit on it for you to understand what it's about. And I'm still discovering what it's about, honestly. Even I, who run like every single day for years, running like just keeps on evolving of what it means to run for me and why I run. This keeps on ever changing, and I guarantee you, if you stick it for long enough, you'll start to see benefits that you otherwise wouldn't see if you just tried it once and then hated it. I mean, if you think about it, we're kind of like made to hate running nowadays because we're so stimulated all the time. Like, we're always on our phones. So doing something that is repetitive over and over again, we're not meant to enjoy that. You have to go against a little bit of your emotions. You have to go against a bit of your feelings, and then you'll start to appreciate it. Now, I love running, but it's also a love-hate relationship. Like, I don't love doing it all the time, but I know it's an overall net positive in my life. Anyways, long answer. I hope you have it. Hope it helps you out much. Let's get it, my man. Keep the questions coming. Next video, I'm gonna answer another one. Now, let's keep on running. Keep on running. So 14 kilometers done in 1 hour, 20 minutes, boys. I am running at least 1 hour every single day, as you guys know. That is the plan, but to be honest, I'm actually averaging a bit more than an hour every single day. I'm more averaging like 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah, I guess you can technically say that I'm running 1.5 hours every single day minimum for this prep. But yeah, man, this run felt amazing. I felt super focused during the entire run. And again, I don't want to sound salesy, I don't want to sound pitchy, but I really did feel like the effect of the blue nootropic. It was much easier to get in in a flow state. Like since the beginning of the run, I was locked in. I was just like thinking throughout the run. Like I didn't even think about like the perceived effort. Like the perceived effort was really low, man. Like it really did not feel like I was putting in some work. And yeah, if you guys want to use my code, I'm gonna leave their site down below in the description. You can feel free to get yourself some discount. Test out the product, man, because I'm sure you're gonna love it. Again, it's still not shipping in the US or other countries, so just for my Brazilian fan base, it's a way to thank you all that are here in Brazil, and this is the first sponsorship of the channel. I'm so freaking pumped, man. It's a brand that I actually believe in. Now let's get home, get some protein in, because we're trying to build muscle as well. Not just ultra running, you guys know, we're also trying to do hybrid training. So stay tuned till the end of the video, because you guys will see I have an epic long run coming this Friday, so you don't want to miss that. It's gonna be awesome. Let's freaking get it. See you guys in the next segment. Okay, boys, so it is one day after my long run attempt for the week, and I came here to tell you guys that unfortunately I failed at this week's long run. So like I said in the beginning of the video, I am doing a marathon basically every single week now, and I had planned on Friday to do a 42-kilometer long run, so a marathon long run. And unfortunately, man, I felt very much tired mentally, like CNS fatigue, also muscularly tired. I was fatigued on my muscles, off my legs, and I felt as if I needed to come on here and address this, because it's so easy for me to portray this image as if I do everything perfectly all the time. And so I just wanted to be vulnerable a little bit with you guys and actually be accountable and post this failure as well, because we're only on episode 5 of the prep, and I know this won't be my first failure. I've failed in the past, I'll continue to fail in the future, and it is very important that I don't just try and erase this side of me and make it seem as if, you know, I do everything perfectly and I never once fail, or I never once have bad days where I just kick the bucket and I stop training. You know, I'm not made of steel, man. And I think the most important takeaway from this is whenever these bad days happen, the worst thing you can do is to try and insist on it, or even worse is attaching your ego to like being perfect with your training plan, or, you know, being mad at yourself because you failed, and this taking over to the point where you break down mentally because of that. So, man, I think I've come a long way. In the past, I used to attach a lot of my ego to how good I executed my training. So like when I said I had to do a long run of 42 kilometers, I absolutely needed to complete that, otherwise I would be a hypocrite. I would not own my word, and so I would be a bitch. You know, all these judgments that you pass on to yourself, they end up biting you in the butt, because you're actually doing more harm than good if you think about it. Like, I use running as a tool to keep making progress inside of running, obviously, but also outside in my life. So to build mental toughness, resilience, all things I talk about here on the channel. But once it starts taking over other areas of my life, there's a fine line and there's a limit that I don't want to go over, you know? I don't want to ever extrapolate this line that I set for myself. Once it starts taking a very big toll on my mental health, and once I get my ego attached to the number of kilometers that I run, this is when I'm going too far, you know? And so as soon as I failed at the long run, so I ran 5 kilometers and I said, man, that's it. Today is not the day. I was supposed to do 42 kilometers hard. So I accepted that in the moment. I gave myself time to rest, to reset. So did some sauna, relaxed a bit, reflected on what went wrong, and went straight into thinking like, okay, what can I do to avoid doing this again in the future? And that's where the real growth happens. Not sticking and insisting on the error, not being in my head during the whole day because, you know, I missed this long run, I failed, not passing judgment onto myself, but really thinking critically, okay, I failed already, but what can I do now to move on from this and to come back stronger? So yeah, wanted to come on here and share with you guys what happened this week. I ran a lot less than average this week. I'm gonna leave the stats here on screen. I believe I ran 77 kilometers, which is not good at all. But again, it's about consistency and sometimes having to pull back. And this pulling back is actually gonna bring you back stronger because you had the emotional intelligence of knowing when not to push, when you were going overboard. And I knew that if I just pushed, if I just, you know, kept my head down and tried to do this long run anyways, I would either
be burnt out or got injured, and I don't want any of this. I want to achieve my goal. I want to run 100 miles, but not to the extent of where I'm harming myself more than making myself better. And this is not just about running. This is in terms of running, in terms of life, and I hope you guys can understand that. So sorry for the rant. Next week we're back to building, and hopefully you guys can make me accountable of this, but next week we're gonna come back much stronger. Make me accountable. You guys will see. Next episode will be crazy. See you guys in the next episode. Remember, it is all about the journey, so go find your own journey. See you guys.